Hey guys, welcome to another rated episode. This time, NXT Tapings. NXT UK Tapings from Triple H's words, the only way is Essex. That slogan alone is already bumping the my score down for this one, I've got to tell you that much. Matt, we attended Brentwood, the Friday night tapings. I should add that because both nights were very different from what I understand. We only got to go Friday. So it's the first NXT UK taping show I've been to. We went to the Royal Albert like last year, so I was intrigued to see what it was like. We heard it was coming, so we thought we'd go down there. What's your initial impressions of the show? Like turning up as a fan, how did you feel coming out of that one?
Well, I think going to an NXT show, you know it's going to be a good show because it's got that kind of following behind it, and that's why everyone goes to see it, because they like the wrestling, and it's not so much story driven, but there were some great matches that night. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. You do kind of feel like you get shortchanged if you don't get both nights, because we didn't get to see the heavyweight champion perform, we didn't get to see the women's champion perform, we did get to see the tag team champions perform though, at least, so there was that side to it. I had a good night, and I think the atmosphere was great as usual. I would definitely go to another NXT UK show. Hopefully they come back to Essex again sometime soon.
Yeah, fair enough. My impressions of this, I've got to say, I was a little bit about it when I come out, only because I felt like, unfortunately, NXT UK has hit, when you go to a tapings, you're always going to get that where they've got to end the matches fast. I think like the average match in the first hour at least, or hour and a half, was around 5 minutes, which is not a long time. Like there was more time spent guys and girls coming out than there was the actual matches, and it does kind of take you out of it a little bit, because you can see that what they're aiming for is that 1 hour to keep doing the show, and obviously then stream it on the network. So for me, it's a bit like going to a Raw. You know it's taped, you know where they're going with it, and it does take you out of the moment a bit. So I didn't enjoy that so much, because, you know, like Matt said, you're going there for really the wrestling for NXT UK, because you think it's got that vibe. Okay, let's talk about venue. What did we make of the venue, Matt? Like, it was the layout, I think, was pretty decent. I don't think it was. I don't think it was a bad seat in there, to be honest with you. There was like two sides on the floor, and then there was like sort of upright, up tier sort of way they did it. But it was fine, and it was pretty packed, considering it was the Friday night one as well. It was actually more busy than I thought it would be. What about for you, Matt? What did you make of the venue?
Well, I'd never been there before, so I didn't know what quite to expect. But I was impressed. I think the tiered system of the seats was great. I mean, you could definitely see everyone's head. And at ringside, everyone was really close. You definitely get great seats for a venue like this. So it's another reason why people should probably check out NXT if it comes around. And also, the ticket prices were a bargain, I would say, as well. For a WWE show, you know, that's as cheap as you can get.
What was the price?
It was about £25, which is brilliant.
It's pretty good,
especially when you consider like you get those kind of seats at Raw or SmackDown. You're looking like £80 or something. So it's really.
And production level was high. Like, there was no sort of knockoff stuff. Like, it's going on the network, so it's got to look good. So that was all there. £25, yeah, like Matt said, it's pretty decent. You can't really argue with it, so you sort of take the balance. In terms of drinks at the venue, like, people, I know, always talk about how much sometimes things are inflated on the prices. We had a few beers that night, I can assure you. Not too bad for me. I thought it was quite normal for a venue doing, you know, they've got to try and make their money back somehow. I didn't think it was too bad. I think it was £5 a pint or something like that at the beginning.
Yeah, it was.
But then you could like up it and get like some pitchers of beer, which is what we ended up doing. But it was pretty decent stuff. The one negative I do have, though, I don't know if you noticed this, but when I came out, I had a good look at the merchandise stall. Ridiculously overpriced, in my opinion. Like, you get it cheaper on the net on the WWE.com Euro shop, so that's ridiculous. I don't understand that. That's happened a few times where I've gone to these places and I thought, you know, if there's kids there, I'll like get a T-shirt. They would have so much more success if they would knock it down. I'm not talking about even changing the price too much, but don't have it more. You definitely want to have it go the other way when you're buying it in person. So that was a bit of a a bit of a crap thing for me.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest with you.
I can't understand that either. I mean, if I go to an event, it's just another reason to go to an event to get some gear cheaper. You might buy more than you usually would if it was a bit cheaper there.
Yeah, also the card machine was out, which didn't help anybody either. So I don't think they've done too well on the sales from what I was understood. So yeah, the venue was great. Ticket price pretty decent for me. I'm going to give the first score here then. As a fan going there, the experience of the night. What am I going to give this? I'd say how I personally came out of this as a fan, I'm going to go... It's not quite 7 for me, this one. I didn't enjoy it as much as I should. I'm going to go 6.8. 6.8 is my score. It's going to be a low one. I knew it was coming into this, but I think you might be different here.
Yeah, I am different. I did enjoy it. I just felt bad that I didn't get to see some of the people who I was expecting to see there on that night. And I know they were going to be there next day, so it's kind of hard to say because you needed both nights. But for that one particular night, I'll give it 7.8. 7.8.
Wow. It's got an extra...
I did enjoy it.
One of me. Yeah, fair enough. So NXT UK Tapings Brentwood. The only way is Brentwood. I mean, that knocked the score down a bit. That ain't helping things for me. The only way is Brentwood, Essex. Sorry,
yeah,
that ain't helping. That's already getting ditched to me. But interesting scores. 7.8, 6.8. Take it as you will.